The number one question that I get asked all the time is how the heck do I create a smoky eye? So today I am gonna show you how to create a smoky eye using multiple colors to achieve the most seamless and blown out smoky eye. And I'm also gonna show you what brushes I use, what products I use, all of the things. So stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, let's jump right into it. So I have on eye patches right now. I have on my face makeup, a little bit of a lip, but I don't have any concealer on. I typically, when I do a smoky eye, I don't have anything on my skin at all. It's just like my brows and then going directly into the eyeshadow because there's so much fallout. But I have on these eye patches to catch all of the fallout, and then I'll rip it right off so then I can show you the ending quicker. So I am going to first start off with some eyeshadow primer. And a lot of people ask, like, does it even work? Do I need eyeshadow primer? And I personally love using eyeshadow primer. It just really helps the pigmentation of the color to really pop out. The wearage, it has like a 6 to 8 hour wear claim. I'm using MAC Cosmetics Layin Low eyeshadow primer, so it looks a lot like skin. So I am first going to apply this all over my eyelid, and I am going to use a 242 brush that looks just like this. And I like using something a little bit more flatter to pick up the product a lot easier and have more control, and the placement looks way better than using something a little bit more like fluffy. So I am gonna go and start off with applying this. I already have my eyebrows done. If you are wanting to know how to apply eyebrows on yourself and fill them in, I have a video already recorded that you can check out to help you out. So I am going to start off by applying all of this on my lid. And I love using an eyeshadow primer because it also removes any discoloration that you may have on your lid, any veins, or just like a dark circles. So I'm gonna go all the way to my tear duct, and I'm even going to trace right underneath my eyebrow, just like this. Pick up a little bit more. And it's not gonna be this perfect. I'm gonna put some shadow over it, but I just wanna make sure that this little area has eyeshadow primer so eyeshadow can stick beautifully. So if you watched my how to fill in your eyebrows video, I use concealer as my brow highlight, so I don't ever want to cover that up. So I just stop here with my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to pick up a little bit more on this side, and I'm just applying it on my lid and going upward and tracing underneath my eyebrow. Don't be afraid to come in towards the inner corner of your eye and even the sides of your nose, just like this. Okay. Now, after I do that, I like to set it with a little bit of powder. And the reason why I like to set it with powder is because if I go directly in with eyeshadow on to the cream, it can be patchy. It might not apply as smooth because there's some cream and it's not just one smooth foundation. So I'm gonna use a crease brush from MAC called 224. Love this crease brush. And I'm just gonna use a face powder that I have at home. You don't need to go and buy a new one. You can just use whatever one you have, but have it be a pressed powder, not a loose powder. And I'm just gonna set it just like this. So then when I apply my eyeshadow, it can stick and blend seamlessly. Okay, now I am going to use 2 different palettes today. I am gonna use the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. And this on the top row has warm colors, this has cool tones. And I am first going to start off with this second color here, this warm color on top. And the reason why I'm choosing this one first is because it's just a really pretty neutral brown. And this is gonna be like your base color that is going to start your smoky process. Because you don't wanna immediately go in with a dark color if you're like, I want a black or brown smoky eye. You don't start off with these on the crease. You want to naturally build your smoke on your crease so it can look very just diffused and seamlessly blended. So I am going to start with this, and right in here where your brow bone is going to be the placement of where you're going to apply your shadow. So I'm going to start at the very end though, right here where your lashes end. This is where I'm going to place my brush. And I always start at the very end, not the front, because when I pick up product and place it first, that is where most product will be. So I never want to start here. I want to start here because this is where I want most product to be. So I pick some up, I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to do circular motions just like this. Or you can do windshield wipers, whatever you feel comfortable with. I like to pick up as I go. I don't like to pick up a lot of product because it's actually harder to remove. It's easier to just add. So I just like to pick up a little bit as I go. And I'm just going to do little windshield circular motions just like this. And whatever's left over, I am going to start applying it right in front of my eyebrow. I don't want any skin to show right here. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to diffuse it towards the end. I want to make sure that this entire part is covered. So same on the other side. Place it here. Do circular motions. Just like that. The key to eyeshadow application is blending. And blending more. You really want to make sure to take your time and diffuse it. If you make a mistake, blend. Literally, it's always the answer. Picking up a little bit more. And you can do this till it fits your liking, but this is just going to be the base of creating the dramatic smoky eye. Okay, now after I'm done using this crease brush, I'm going to use something a little smaller, which is a 221 from MAC. So you can see the difference. This one's a little bit more skinnier. So the reason why I do that is because I want more control when placing the color to build the smoke, because this will diffuse it. So I still use these two together, but I like to control how much I put on my eyes. So I'm going to pick up this color here, which is one shade darker than the first color, and I'm going to place it right at the end. So same place, right where your lashes end. I'm going to place it here, right? And I am going to focus it right on the corner, just like this. And I'm just kind of like sticking to it, my eye midway, just like this. Okay. I'm picking up a little bit more, placing it there. Just like this. It's kind of like you're doing like a greater than on the outer part of your eye. Then I'm going to grab my fluffy crease brush and I'm going to diffuse it just like this. And you are going to do this part over and over again until you like the color that it is. Okay. Just like this. So when you're doing a smoky eye, guys, make sure you have time. Okay, because your husband will be waiting on you if you just like, oh, I'm gonna do a smoky eye. No, you need a good 45 minutes to do everything. Okay, so after I do that, this is called my little bullet brush. I love this little brush. This is the 219 from MAC, and I call this my eyeshadow brush smoky eye trio. These three babies will get the job done. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this. I'm going to pick up my brush and I am going to pick up this dark brown here. And I'm going to place it the exact same area where I started off with the crease and the smaller crease brush. I'm gonna place it at the end of my lash here and bring it up. Again, doing the greater than. Get the smaller crease brush, and I'm kind of just like patting it right here because I want the pigmentation of the color to stay where I placed it. So I'm kind of just like diffusing the ends. And then after I do that, I start just blending a little bit more in that area. Again, pick up a little bit more from my bullet brush. And I'm doing greater than, just like that. Just like this. After I blend here, I'm gonna start moving upward midway, just like this. Ooh, yes, do you see it coming to life? Do you see the vision? You see the vision. Okay, then I'm gonna get my little diffusing brush and I'm just gonna diffuse the ends. Okay, but literally guys, you can stop right here. If you like how deep that is, you can stop right there. But that was 3 colors. The normal crease color that we have here, then you deepen it with the darker brown, and then you go in with the darker brown, okay? So it's not just one shadow and you go. You wanna build it there so it can look diffused like this, okay? And if you wanna hit it with a little bit of black, you totally can. And I'm gonna do that for you guys so you can see how it looks if you do want it a little bit more deeper, a little bit more dramatic. Okay, so after that, grab your bullet brush again. I'm gonna pick up the black color and I'm gonna place it exactly where we did the other colors. Gonna grab my small crease brush. Just like this. As you can see, I am just diffusing. This is where most product will be, and then you kind of diffuse the rest of it. Pick up a little bit more. And you are gonna do this step again to fit your level of drama. If you want it really dramatic, if you want it kind of like mediocre, it's up to you. So now I'm gonna pick up that darker brown that we used, the second color of the brown with my diffuser crease brush, and I am gonna diffuse the crease a little bit, just to kind of blend it out a little bit and it doesn't look super harsh with like the dark brown and the black. This is like the classic smoky eye. This is like 2016, which I like love. I love a good smoky eye. Just like this. So you want this part to really be the main part of the darkness, so then it can look like it's coming from lash, boom, out to the crease to give you that smokiness. Just like so. Okay, then you grab that same brown that I was telling you guys about, and I'm just gonna diffuse it here on the inner part. And now it looks like it is diffused with all 3 colors. So the secret is to slowly build to give you that perfect transition. By the way, thank you Creative Beauty Co for sponsoring this video. If you are in the Arizona area and you are wanting to know how to do makeup on yourself, I offer private one-on-one hands-on makeup lessons as well as master classes for aspiring makeup artists and makeup artists. Or if you are just needing an artist for special events or your special wedding day, I am your girl. Hit the link below to contact me. Now for the other side. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna do this quicker, but I'm gonna just kind of show you guys again if you need a replay. Remember, this is your regular crease color. Then we're gonna deepen it with this darker color. Gonna place at the outer corner and build. Okay, we're building. So it's crazy to see, like, this is like just the browns and then to what it can be if you smoke it out. Okay, then I'm gonna pick up that dark brown towards the end here. Midway, pick up my little bullet brush. And I'm picking up some black with my bullet brush. All right, so now after we're done smoking out the crease is where we are going to go in with a shimmery color right on the lid. So if you remember, I use this 242 flat brush to pick up the primer. I'm gonna use the exact same brush to pick up the lid color for my eyes. And I think I wanna use Natasha Denona Glam palette. Now, if you need a little bit more like direction when it comes to eyeshadow placement, these palettes are amazing. They're so pigmented, so creamy, great to blend. And they're also labeled just for you. So if you forget like where shadows go, like the color that I'm gonna use today, it literally says center of lid. And there's a blend color here. There's a smoke color. So you can be guided by this palette. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up some shadow with this flat brush and I am going to pick up a good amount. I am not afraid to pick up a good amount and I am going to pat it onto my lid just like this. And I'm kind of just focusing more on where there is not the dark smoky matte colors on the crease, because I don't want it to look like it's blending. Like I don't want it to look like a glob of shimmer. Like I want there to be some sort of transition. So after I place it here all over my lid, whatever's left over on my brush, I kind of just slightly start bringing it higher and blending it right in here where the matte crease is, because again, I don't want it to be so pigmented. Like if I pick some up and put it directly there and start going up, I'm gonna have so much shadow going towards the center of my eye, and I want it to look like it's diffused. So I'm placing it there. And I'm not putting any shimmer right in here because again, I want this to be all matte and I want the smoke to really show. And you can see, guys, look at all that fallout. That would ruin your concealer. So do eyes first before you do your face. So it looks just like that. Look how pigmented it is. I love this. So pick up a good amount and then place it onto your lid first. Just like that. And remember, whatever's left over, start lifting upward, but leaving this part alone because you want the crease smoke area to be matte. And smoky eye is one of those things where you're also playing ping pong because you might see like, oh, this looks more higher, like this, the black looks less here. So you're always gonna kind of go back and forth to even them out to look as similar as possible. So I grabbed a little bit more black and I just placed it there. And I'm gonna go in with a smaller crease brush and I'm gonna be very careful blending it because I want the pigmentation of the shadow to be really black. So I don't really want to diffuse it as much. I just kind of want to bring it up a little bit. I want the pigmentation to stay there. Ooh, yes, this is smoky. Okay. Now, after I do that, I am going to clean up underneath my eyes, and I'm going to use Neutrogena fragrance-free makeup wipes. And I'm going to rip these off. I caught a lot of the fallout, which was nice. And I'm going to stick my finger on the wipe, and where your waterline meets, like the top and the bottom waterline, I'm going to stick my wipe there. And I'm just gonna go straight outward like this, and then just grab my finger and just kind of like rub it in a little bit. The reason why I don't like to go up is because I don't really want it to have like that harsh line going upward. I like it to just be straight across. That's just my preference. And then I'm gonna do on this side too. And you're gonna see when you do your smoky eye, you're gonna see that your eyebrows may look lighter, so you may have to go back and do your eyebrows again. And you will have to probably add more blush, all of the things, because your eyes are so dramatic that you need to balance it out with everything else. So I'll show you when we get into that part, but you just wanna make sure that it is exactly how you like it before applying any eyeliner. So I'm just gonna diffuse it a little bit more. Telling you guys, blending is the secret. Okay, now after doing that, I'm gonna go in with eyeliner. Dun, dun, dun. This is the part that everybody just kind of like holds their breath. I am going to use a liquid eyeliner. Now, this is a smoky eye. I'm gonna go all in. And this is my favorite eyeliner. It's from Sephora. It's the Sephora brand, and it's called just black, and it's a thin brush. So let me show you what it looks like. It's literally a thin little brush like that. It's so black, it finishes matte. So this is where you literally, Lord Jesus, keep my hand to not shake, because I feel like when you do eyeliner, you know how it is. It gets thicker, and then it gets thicker, and then it gets thicker. So we start off small. We start off thin. Okay. I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye and bring it out. I'm gonna place it in the middle of my eye and bring it out. I'm gonna start really thin, guys, because if I make a mistake, I could always make it thicker. So I'm literally like touching my eyelashes. I want it to be on my lash. I don't want there to be any space at all. Then I'm gonna go closer to my tear duct. So I grab a little bit more, connect, grab a little bit more, connect. Grab a little bit more and connect it. A little bit more and connect it. After I have that base done is when I can make it a little bit thicker. I just want to make sure that I get the bottom side where it touches the lashes perfectly, so then I could just worry about making it thicker on top and I don't have to worry about going over that little area because it gets a little tricky. You can use your gel liner for this. I just like using liquid liner because I feel like it pops it out more. I will be doing an in-depth video on how to achieve winged liner, so stay tuned for that. So remember, a little bit as you go. Make a line, make it a little thicker, and then gradually start going towards the tear duct. Okay, now that's good enough. I'm gonna do my little wing. I'm gonna stick my little brush in here where the top and bottom waterline meet. I'm gonna stick my brush in there. And since I already have this little guide of the cleanup from the wipe, I'm gonna stick my liner right in there, closest towards the end of my eyebrow like this. I'm gonna make a little triangle and fill it in. Again, I'll make a more in-depth video. Okay. In my other video, I used this little brush. I think it's called 231. Yep, from MAC. And this is just to apply concealer underneath my eyebrow. But I like to use this for cleanup for the wing. So I'm gonna grab my makeup wipe and just kind of like rub it so you can get a little wet. I'm gonna use a setting spray and then remove any water that's dripping on there. And right at the end of my eyeliner, I'm gonna slice it. And then grab my tissue, wipe off the black that's on there. Wipe it off again. And you wanna press this really hard so then it can drag out more of the liquid. Just like this. And then I just grab my finger and remove any extra that was extended there. Okay, so boom, there goes your winged liner. Okay, now I'm gonna go on to the other side. This side, I have a problem doing this one because it's the left side. So again, starting off at the end, literally on my lash, and gradually going towards the inner corner. Just like this. And this eye is a little bit more hooded than this one. So I have to be very careful to not make this one really thick. So now we're just gonna make it a little thicker. I always have to start on the inner corner on this side because this side, like again, is a little bit more hooded than my other eye. Eyeliner is one of those things like you have to do it over and over again to look smooth. Okay, now remember where the top and bottom of the waterline meet, I'm gonna stick my brush right in there and I'm gonna make a little line towards the end of my eyebrow. Okay. Then, not at the tip of that, but right underneath it, I'm gonna make a line connecting to the line that we already created. And then it's a little empty triangle and you just fill it in. Just like that. And when it comes to wings, You know, one can look a little higher than the other one, so you just got to make sure that they look similar. They're not twins, they're just sisters. You want them to look related. So when it comes to making sure that your eyeliner looks pretty similar and they're going the same direction, you want to make sure that you use this trick that I showed you guys on the other side to make them look really close. Okay, remember, right underneath your eyeliner, and you're gonna press it hard and drag it out. And then you can use your finger to kind of blend it in. Just like this. And then you could just remove the extended part. I love this trick because it just makes it look super sharp. Okay, so after they are pretty similar with size and direction is when you can now go into making it more dramatic on the bottom and tying everything together. Okay, so now I am going to go in with a little bit of eyeliner, and I'm going to tight line, which is the waterline up where your top lashes are at. It makes a huge difference. I'm using the Makeup by Mario. I think this is called the Super Black. Love this eyeliner. Super creamy, pigmented. And I am going to apply it right on top. Just like that. And you can already see the difference. This is with liner, this is without. You can kind of see the skin on my eyes, and you do not want that. You want it to look really dark where the lashes will be. Okay. After doing that, I'm gonna start smoking out the bottom part just a tiny bit before we go in with concealer. So I am gonna go in with the exact same colors that we used on the crease. So we first start off with this crease color, right? And then I went with this one next. And then I did a little bit of the dark brown and then the black. So I kind of like to use all four. So I'm gonna pick up the first color that we used with the 239 brush, just like this. And I'm gonna start at the end, at the very end, and I'm gonna go all the way, at the very end, all the way to the front like this. And pick up a little bit more and do the other side. Then I'm gonna pick up the second color that I used. We're just kind of building up what we did on the crease. And I'm going all the way through, across, same, all the way through, across. Then I'm gonna go in with that dark brown, start at the very end, because I want it to look like it's coming from the eyeliner. And I just go midway, outer, and then midway. Then I am going to grab a very thin paintbrush. I call this my little paintbrush. It's 212 from MAC. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that black, and I'm gonna go directly onto my lashes towards the end, like this. And I'm gonna stop midway, just like that. Then I'm gonna go in with my black pencil from Makeup by Mario, and I am going to put some on my waterline. Just like this. On both sides. And I even like to drag it out just a little bit, like right underneath my lashes. Just right underneath it. Then I'm gonna go in with that my paintbrush, and I'm gonna go in with the dark brown, and I'm gonna go over that liner that I put right underneath to kind of blend in, make it a little bit more pigmented. Same on this side. Kind of bring everything together. Get a little bit more dark. Okay, then I am gonna come back. I'm gonna apply mascara and lashes. If you need help knowing how to apply lashes, I have a video on it, so you can go check it out and learn there. I'm gonna put this on, and I'm also gonna apply a little bit of concealer so I can tell you the final touches. I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I applied lashes. I did a little bit of concealer. I put on a fresh lip. And I had to darken up my brows just a little bit because my eyeshadow was so dramatic that it was kind of like overpowering it. But the same exact steps that we did on the bottom, when I apply concealer, I try not to cover up what I did, but now I'm gonna go over it just a little bit with the same colors as well, with the same exact brush. I'm not gonna use every single color. When I first did it, like I showed you guys, we did 1, 2, then 3, and then I did that 4th one. But now I'm gonna just go back in with this middle one with the exact same brush, and I'm gonna go right underneath the dark that I did, right underneath the black, and I am going to go all the way towards the front. And I like doing this part because it helps to to camouflage the fine lines underneath your eyes. So then we still have the deep, the black, and now I'm just gonna go in with some mascara on the bottom lashes with Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And I'm just gonna apply some mascara on the bottom. And then I'm also going to apply some on the top to blend in with my natural and falsies. And there you have it, guys. A smoky eye where you're able to build and make it so seamless and diffused using about 3 to 4 different colors, because again, you don't want to just use one dark color. You want to make sure that you build it to make it look seamless. So hopefully this helped, and I'll see you in my next video.